Failure is a gold mine. More important, successful people have at one time or another experienced catastrophic failure. They're people who have rolled up their sleeves and gone to work on a project in which they earnestly believed, only to discover themselves ridiculous and embarrassing failures in spite of all their plans and work. As a result, these people had to sit down and perform ruthless surgery upon their souls to examine themselves and the cause of their failure.
100 men who start even at the age of 25. Do you have any idea what will happen to those men by the time they're 65? These people believe that their lives are shaped by circumstances, by things that happen to them. These 100 men who all start even at the age of 25 believe they're going to be successful. And you'd notice that he was eager toward life, that there was a certain sparkle to his eye. But by the time they're 65, 1 will be rich. 4 will be financially independent. 5 will still be working. 54 will be broke. Now think a moment. Out of the 100, only 5 make the grade. Now why do so many fail? What has happened to the sparkle that was there when they were 25? What's become of the dreams, the hopes, the plans? And why is there such a large disparity between what these men intended to do and what they actually accomplished?
The single element permanently inhibiting his success is not a lack of inspiration or talent necessarily, but the absence of catastrophic failure and the soul surgery that follows it.
One reason why most people fail is because they don't desire it enough. They don't really want it badly. And the question you have to ask yourself is, how badly do you want it? What are you willing to give up? When I met my guru, the first thing I said to him is that I want self-realization. He asked me, what are you willing to do for it? And I said, I'm willing to give my life for it.
The best way is to forget doubts and set about the task at hand. While the battle's being fought or the cake is baking in the oven, leave the outcome to the future where it belongs. If you're doing your best, you will not have time to worry about failure. Failure is the best guarantee of future success. To fail, we have to try to do something. This in itself is an achievement, regardless of the outcome. So try again, and build your success upon the failures of the past. Go after that dream in your heart. Give it everything you've got, and don't concern yourself about the outcome. Leave that to the future where it belongs.
Well, there's different steps to get to where you're going. And I really do treat winning and losing exactly the same. I do not let it upset me. You should seek failures. See, if you're playing it safe, you're not going to win. If you're playing it safe, like that old saying, you were taught when you're a little girl, better to be safe than sorry. Well, that's a bunch of crap. It's not better to be safe than sorry. It's by trying things that you figure out how far you can go. You got to get outside the box. Like it's reported, Edison tried 3,000 ways before he built the incandescent light. He said he didn't fail 3,000 times. He said there was 3,000 different steps to building a light bulb.
Everything, including your personal success, has a price that must be paid. Control your mental attitude and make yourself friendly and agreeable with everyone with whom you are closely associated if you expect friendly cooperation in return. Indifference cannot create a mastermind alliance for you. A negative mental attitude can bring you nothing but failure. Remember always, you are where you are and what you are because of your mental attitude in which you relate yourself to other people.
Our rewards in life will always match our service. It's another way of saying, as you sow, so shall you reap. All over the world, there are millions of people who are being hurt, confused, frightened, and whose lives are turned upside down because they don't understand the principal law on which everything in the universe operates, the law of cause and effect. If any person alive is discontented with his rewards, he should examine his service. Action, reaction. As you sow, so shall you reap. What you put in will determine what you must get back in return. So simple, so basic, so true, and yet so misunderstood.
Most people don't reach their dream, not because of failure. Most people don't live their dream because they give up. You see, it's not the failure that stops us, but that most stop at their first failure. Those who succeed don't stop at one failure. They don't stop at 10 failures. They don't stop at 100, 1,000, or 1,000,000. They say, this is my goal, and I will do whatever it takes to achieve it.
Some of the most successful people in the world are the ones who've had the most failures. J.K. Rowling, who wrote Harry Potter. Her first Harry Potter book was rejected 12 times before it was finally published. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. He lost hundreds of games and missed thousands of shots during his career. But he once said, "I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed." These people succeeded because they understood that you can't let your failures define you. You have to let your failures teach you. You have to let them show you what to do differently the next time.
24 people went for the job. 23 people accepted. I was the only one guy.
You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it.
Well, I think we have to get used to it. We're not that good.
You must fail 100 times.
You have to fail in order to climb that ladder.
If you don't fail, you're not even trying.
Fail, pick yourself up, and fail again. Because without this struggle, what is your success anyway?
Getting what you want is up to you. How you get there, that's up to God. See, the problem with you is you trying to figure out how to do something. Listen to this. The how-to ain't none of your business. You can turn your life around if you change your attitude. You change your attitude, you change your altitude. Stop sitting in here with a life of mediocrity when that ain't what God created you for.
Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big.
If you try hard and it doesn't work out, that's okay. Like you can learn from that.
There's no such thing as failure, really, because failure is just that thing trying to move you in another direction.
No one succeeds the first time.
It's inevitable. Embrace it.
Because the losses are there to wake you up.
You will have good days and you'll have bad days, but you will always learn something more or something new, and you will learn more overall on bad days than good days. You will learn more about yourself, you'll learn more about relationships, you'll learn about life and principles, and it'll build your character. I stand before you without arms and legs, but a very strong man because of the bad days in my life. You may have arms and legs, but unless you know three things. Number one, who are you and what your value is? Number two, what is your purpose here in life? And number three, what is your destiny when you're done here? If you don't know the answers of any of those three questions, you're more disabled than I.
You will be wounded many times in your life. You'll make mistakes. Some people will call them failures. But I have learned that failure is really God's way of saying, excuse me, you're moving in the wrong direction. It's just an experience. I was demoted as a on-air anchor woman and thrown into the talk show arena to get rid of me, that I allowed my own truth to come through. And the first day I was on the air doing my first talk show back in 1978, it felt like breathing, which is what your true passion should feel like. It should be so natural to you. And so I took what had been a mistake, what had been perceived as a failure with my career as an anchor woman in the news business, and turned it into a talk show career that's done okay for me.
Let failure be your friend. There are going to be times, of course, where you're going to win a lot. Winning is great. It's fantastic. I love it. I love being number one. I love winning. But it's the times when things go wrong, when you fall or fail, that you're actually going to learn the most about yourself.
It's that fucking journey, and you're on the journey, and guess what? The journey's hard. The journey is riddled with failure, and that's why most people don't do it. Most people aren't willing to get on that journey because they're afraid to fail. You, my friend, have failed. Congratulations. It's the greatest thing that ever happened to you. Because it shows that you're alive, it shows that you did something, and it shows that you're growing stronger.
Turn your wounds into wisdom.
Now go and fucking fail again, bro. I hope you guys that watch these videos, I hope you're gonna fail 1,000 fucking times. Keep going out there and failing. You know what that means? Every time you fail, it means to me that you're doing something. Go out there and fucking fail.